Okay, students, good morning. The topic is this NIM game problem. Uh, we know that here there are matchsticks and there are two players. The one who gets the last matchstick is,
Ma'am,
yes,
try to change the pointer's color, ma'am, if possible.
pointer color.
Yeah, ma'am.
But pointer is very big. You are not able to see means I think it's not about color. It's totally not shown. I increased its size so that you can see it. But then I'll check Bhavna today. Okay, Bhavna.
Okay, ma'am.
Let us complete this NIM game. So how do we play this NIM game? There are two players, Max and Min. Uh, these two players would choose pick up the matchsticks. How many they can pick up? At the max, they can pick half or less than half. Here, there are seven matchsticks. Out of these seven, one, two, three. Max player can pick one. If max player pick one, Min will have six left. If max picks two, Min would have five. If max player put choose three, Min would have four. All right, students, is this game clear? What is this game? Anyone can tell me what is this game? Kirti, can you tell me what is that game? Pavani? Yes, students, let us make it interactive. Okay, Bhavna, you tell me what is this NIM game? Look, students, there is no meaning of me just telling the things if you are not able to understand and respond. Yes, students. Samina, If you don't participate in the discussion, I'll just explain and finish off. There are 7 matchsticks. Each player can choose uh, half or less. And here this shows that there are two players, Max and Min. Max is beginning, and Max is losing the game because the last matchstick has been picked up by Max. How that? How can you say that this one is winning or losing? In the second scenario, where Min is uh, starting the game, Min is choosing either 1, 2, or 3. When Min choose 1, Max can choose 1, 2, 3 from 6. The leftover matchsticks would be 6. If Min chooses 2, leftover would be 5. If Min chooses 3, leftover would be 4. This thick line shows that there is a winning path for the Min player. This all the 3 and this is leading Min to win here. As well as here also Min is the winner. How winner and loser is decided? This out of 6, if 1, 2, or 3 are chosen, 5, 4, or 3 will be left. For 5, consider 1 or 2 are chosen, then 4 or 3 will be left. For 4, if 1 and 2 are chosen, then 3 and 2 will be left. For 3, if 1 is chosen, 2 will be left. For 2, if 1 is chosen, 1 will be left. So here what is the strategy? If at the time Max player's turn there are n matchsticks in a pile, then Max can force a win by leaving m matchsticks for the Min player to play. If m belongs to 1, 3, 7, 15, 31, 63, using the rule of game, that is Max can pick up maximum of half the number of matchsticks in a pile. The sequence 1, 3, 5, 15, 31, 63 can be generated using this formula. And this is the strategy through which uh, Max can win. Okay, there are two cases. Case 1 is Max is the first player and initially there are Max is the first player and initially there are 3, 7, 15, 31, 63 matchsticks. Max is the second player and initially there are 3, 7, 15, 31, 63. These are the two cases. In case 1, if Max is the first player and n is not equal to 3, 7, 15, 31, 63, then Max will always win. Why Max will always win? Well, consider the pile of 29 sticks. When Max is the first player, Max always win because if there are 3, 7, 15, 31, in this case, if there are this 29, Max picks up 14, then Min would have 15. Out of 15, Min can pick up 1 up to 7, 1 to 7. Then Max can choose 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then Min would have 7 again. Then Min can choose 1, 2, or 3, then which leads to Max having 6, 5, or 4, which in turn require Max to pick up 3, 2, 1, which will lead Min to have 3 for the Min player. And then when Max picks 1, the last one is left for the Min, which yields winning situation for case n equal to 29. If Max is the second player and n belongs to, then Max is the winner. If Max is the first player and n belongs to these numbers, Max is the winner. If Max is the second player and n belongs to these numbers, then Max will win. Students, please go through this game tree and try to build a game tree on your own. Then you would clearly understand how this game is played and how a player can win or lose a game. Today, your task is to complete this NIM game from page number here, from page number 78, 3.3.3 to all these cases up to page number 87. So from 78 to 87. If you don't understand, we will study that again. It is better understood while playing. I think you can form a two players team and you can play. Then you will understand it better. Bounded look ahead strategy and use of evaluation function. Let us look at how uh, evaluation can be done in a game. The steps involved in the evaluation procedure is to decide what are the features that are uh, that adds value to a particular game. Which features are significant that would contribute in the uh, winning or losing of the game. Then the next step is which features are in the range of past possible values. What uh, what are the features and what will be their values? What will be their range? The last step is to devise a set of weights in order to combine all features into a single value. And that is done through this heuristic approximation. If you observe here, this the evaluation function on one ply game or two ply game. Evaluation function represent estimates of a given situation in the game rather than the accurate calculation. When you are playing tic-tac-toe, if a player is playing first, then you can estimate that he will put in the center box. Means it is estimated that the first player will always choose the center box. It may not be always the case. It may be that center box may not be chosen, some other box would be chosen. Evaluation is based on some kind of estimates. It is not the actual value. If you evaluate here, A, min and max from A, which is having 8 steps or 8 unit of some measurement. The next step is B also of 8. Or you can look at this two ply games in which A is 2, B is -6. These whatever are given in parentheses, these are estimates. Estimate about the winning or losing distance or the cost. That is in some way the heuristic. Heuristic means it will decide, as we discussed, if we are going from one place to another place. Heuristics would decide what will be the cost in a cab when you book a cab based on the kilometer and the traffic. It would be decided that it would take 100 rupees or 200 rupees. And then likewise in the games also, the system, AI system would decide whether it can win or it can get a 2 score or -6 score, negative score for taking some wrong move. Positive score indicate a good position, negative score might indicate a bad position, which may not lead to success. Based on the different positions and different steps, these values are computed. This is nothing but evaluating a game. Evaluating is nothing but assessing. Deciding whether that game would eventually lead to winning or not. There is one procedure known as minimax procedure. This minimax procedure, it estimates the score generated by the heuristic evaluation function for a leaf node are propagated to the root using this minimax procedure, which is a recursive algorithm where a player tries to maximize its chance of a win while simultaneously minimizing that of the opponent. And the player hoping to achieve a positive number is called maximizing player, while the opponent is called minimizing player. Okay, the one If suppose you and your goal is to maximize your score, at the same time minimize the score of the opponent, the second player. That will be the strategy. At each move, max player will try to take the path that leads to large positive number. The opponent will try to force the game towards a situation with strongly negative static evaluations. Both the players would try to make a good move so that can maximize their score and minimize the opponent's score. This is the game tree generated using Minimax procedure. This is, suppose it is 5, and this algorithm will follow. First, let me tell you the algorithm, then I will explain you this. This algorithm steps of this procedure. Keep on generating the search tree till the limit. Say depth D of the tree is reached. Compute the static value of the leaf node at depth D from the current position of the game tree using evaluation function. Then propagate the values till the current position on the basis of minimax strategy. What is the minimax strategy? The steps in the minimax strategy is written as follows. If the level is minimizing level, the level reached during the minimizer's turn, then generate the successors of the current position, apply minimax to each of the successor, return the minimum of the results. If the level is a maximizing level, that is level reached during the maximizer's turn, then generate the successors of the current position, apply minimax. Oh, thank you, Bhavna, for the information. I think somebody started sharing their screen, so my screen sharing stopped. Um, Look here, we are studying minimax strategy. What is minimax strategy? There are two players, player 1, player 2. When player 1 is making a move, player 1 goal is to minimize player 2's score and maximize player 1's score. When player 2 is playing, player 2 would want to maximize his score and minimize player 1's score. Hmm. Others are also facing the same problem. Okay. Yasmin, are you able to? Am I audible, Yasmin? Say yes or no in chat window. Bhavna, screen. Bhavna, uh, perhaps at your end, problem is at your end. Please check. Samina and Yasmin are able to hear. I'm audible to them. Or maybe because it's low, your mic is giving problem. I would increase the tone. Okay. Right. Students, here we are trying to understand Minimax strategy. If the level is minimizing level means consider player 2. Maximizing level means consider player 1. If it is player two's turn, then generate the successors of the current position. Apply minimax to each successor, return the minimum of the results. For minimizer's turn, return the minimum of the result. For maximizer turn, return the maximum value of the result. These are the steps of the minimax algorithm. Max uh, uh, is played by player, means max is denoted by 1, min is denoted by 0. Then the algorithm is minimax, POS, depth and player. If depth is the uh, POS is here position. POS represent the variable position corresponding to the position. SUCC means successor. GEN position means it generates the list of successors of the position. Evaluate position means it evaluates. This function returns the number representing the goodness of the position. Goodness means how good it is for the player uh, to have reached the winning to become a winner. Evaluating from that position, it is evaluating. Depth means it is a Boolean function that returns true if the search has reached the maximum depth from the current position. Depth is this is first depth, second depth, this third, and so on. Whether the desired depth has been reached or not. If the depth is 3, then this one here, it should stop at this place. All right. So these are the three functions. If depth has reached the required value, then return is equal to the value of the evaluator of the player for the current position and path equal to nil. Otherwise, generate the successors. If successor is nil, then return the evaluation. Evaluation would lead to win or lose. Loss of the game or win of the game. Otherwise, best value equal to minimum value returned by the evaluation function. And successor belong to successor list do. Successor result is equals to minimax, successor depth plus 1, and not player means the opposite one. If player is 1, then the opposite opponent will be 0. If player is 0, the opponent would be 1. New value means value of the successor. If new value is greater than best value, then best value is equals to new value. And best value is adding of the successor and the path and return the best value. This is the minimax procedure. You look at here. Here these are labeled. Based on some strategy, these are labeled 2, 5, 7, 6, minus 3, 3, 2, 2, minus 2, minus 3. Min. What min would do? Min would choose here 2. What Max would choose here? 5. And here Max would choose 7. Here out of these two, Max would choose 6. Whichever is higher. Max would choose higher value, Min would choose lesser value. But these values are assigned. Consider that those values, the leaf level values are assigned. Because leaf level values are assigned based on some strategy, uh, further up, when you go up, based on the type of player, value will be chosen. Max would choose the highest out of 2 and 5, 5. 6 and minus 6, minus 3, 6. 3 and 2, 3. Minus 2 and minus 3, minus 2. Because here there is no option, it is only one single value, it takes that. And this is also single value, it takes it. Then what minimum would do out of 5 and 7, what minimum goal is to choose the minimum value. Why it is choosing the minimum value? Because it does not want maximum player to get the highest value. So it chooses the lowest value. Out of these two, it chooses 5, 3, minus 2. What the maximum player would do out of these three, 5, 3, and minus 2? The goal of max is to choose the highest value. It chooses 5. This is mini-max procedure. Mini-max procedure involves two players, min and max. Their strategy is to maximize one's score and minimize the opponent's score. And max player would choose maximum value to increase its score. Min would choose minimum value to decrease the maximum score of the max player. Finally, here this tree is built with one value that is chosen through this traversals at the root. If tic-tac-toe game is modeled as this one, min-max method, then one player uses knots, another player uses cross and knots. And they can play horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. Uh, Define static evaluation function to the position P of the grid. If P is a win for max, then f of P means function of P is equal to n, where n is a very positive number. If P is a win for minimum, then n is the smallest number and it would be minus n. If P is not a winning position for either player, then f of P, function of that P is equal to total number of rows, columns, and diagonals that are still open for max minus total number of rows, columns, and diagonals that are still open for min. This is the board position. Here, cross is for max, not is for min. And when Max starts the game, Max puts in the center, Min puts it not at some place, and then what these gray lines denote? It represents the positions that are open for Max. For Max, this is open. All right, and this is also open. This gray line, and this gray line is also open, and this gray line is also open. Only you don't have this topmost horizontal line because there is a knot there. Because there is a knot there, this here this Max cannot put make its win. Whereas if you see dashed line, in the dashed line there is a scope for min player for winning. This is one way. This one is another way. This one is another way. This one is another way. For X, even these diagonals are also winning positions. So these are the open positions for Max and Min. The total number of rows, columns, and diagonals for Max is 6. For Min is 4. All right, alpha beta pruning we will study in tomorrow's class. Students, please today try to read a NIM game, try to play NIM game, and tomorrow any one of you please explain what did you understand from that. Okay then, bye.